Well, folks, I never thought I would do it, but I'm going to sit here today and actually heap some praise on Joe Manchin. And no, not because of his agreement with Chuck Schumer last week. Instead, this is about Joe Manchin's appearance on Fox News, where he absolutely brutalized host Harris Faulkner. So if you haven't seen the clip, here it is, Joe Manchin giving one of the best performances of his entire career. Take a look.
Yeah, but the elections are going to need some help. You've got a president whose approval rating is like as low as Congress's.
Well,
I mean, no offense, but you know that when you get into the 30s, no one's that popular,
Harris,
and that's
are
this
you
president.
scared we're going to do something good that'll help our country, and
of
someone
course
might
not.
take
My father
credit for
served.
it?
Are you kidding? Service
Well, it
is in the
sounds like you
Bible.
are.
That's what we do. We serve our fellow man and woman.
That's
of course.
exactly what I'm doing.
Don't make this personal, because it's not. I'm simply asking that you've got a president who can't really help anybody on the campaign trail with the numbers he's rocking right now.
Well,
and so to
just
have
tell
you
you
say
this.
something like that, it doesn't sound supportive of your own party, and I'm asking why.
Let me just say this. I'm working with what I have here, and the majority party that we have is a Democratic Party. I'm working with a president who's accepted.
Now, usually I'm not a fan of, well, anything related to Joe Manchin. Certainly not a fan of his smugness. But he was sitting there, and I'm going to give him credit for the smugness, right? You got to give credit where credit is due, and Joe Manchin deserves a hell of a lot of credit for that performance on Fox News. Okay, so I'm giving him top marks on this. That was absolutely beautiful how he called out Harris Faulkner and basically Fox News and pretty much the entire Republican Party. I mean, are you afraid we're going to do something good that'll help our country? That statement right there, first and foremost, usually applies to Joe Manchin himself, but more importantly, that is the message that the Democratic Party needs to be sending to the Republicans at every given opportunity. That line is beautiful. That line is perfect, and that line is, of course, based in what we see Republicans doing every single day. And that is, of course, one, going against the will of the American public, passing laws that are hugely unpopular, repealing protections that are hugely popular, and, of course, blocking legislation that would actually have the opportunity to improve the lives of average working-class Americans. Republicans are against all of that. Because, as Joe Manchin says, maybe you're afraid we're actually going to do something good for the country. Because the Democrats doing something good for the country is the worst thing in the world that could happen to the Republicans. Because if Democrats are successful, Republicans will lose. If Democrats are able to improve people's lives, nobody's going to see a need to vote for Republicans in the future. Because even at the end of the day, after all the Republican culture war nonsense, people still mostly care about kitchen table issues. And that is, of course, how is this going to affect my wallet? How does this impact our household? How does this impact my ability to feed my kids? Those are the issues that deep down most Americans care the most about. And if Democrats are able to make headway and ease those concerns that parents have when they're sitting down for dinner, then they're going to win. And nothing is more terrifying than the Democrats delivering for the American public and winning elections for the Republican Party. They hate that. It terrifies them. They have nightmares about Democrats actually making good on their promises and making all of our lives a little better. And Joe Manchin actually did a wonderful job of calling them out on it.
This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.